Welcome back, and I'm also back after I took a little break, so thank you so much for your patience. And today I am going to be taking you and guiding you on this very special, beautiful, imaginative journey to clear your mind, if there was such a thing. And to achieve that, I'm going to help you to do two things. One, I'm going to give your mind a job. So that will be the imaginative journey I'm going to take you on. And second, you're going to discover that it doesn't matter what you do. Often we cannot relax and just unwind because there is just too many decisions and we want to do the right thing. And so the mind is constantly active and there is just so many thoughts and so many scenarios and rehearsing and ruminating. And it's all about trying to do the right thing. And so perhaps today you might discover something unexpected that will bring you another level of calm and relaxation. And so as you are here today, lie down anywhere you want. Doesn't really matter. And notice how your body is feeling this moment. What about just don't try to make it relax. Just simply let it be exactly as it is this very moment. And just notice. And you can close your eyes and leave them open until they simply close by themselves at some point. And at the same time that you have slight awareness on how you feel and how you are and how your body is, I want you to also, deep in your mind, imagine that you are walking in a beautiful field and it is already sunset and you can smell the beautiful grass and it's completely silent all around you. Maybe some occasional birds or insects, but otherwise it's very quiet with nobody around, just you. Walking and feeling safe and feeling grateful to finally have this space just for yourself. And then suddenly you notice this beautiful tree in the background. It's very unusual and beautiful. It's really the most beautiful tree you have ever seen. Doesn't matter what kind of tree it is. Just let yourself walk towards it very slowly and gently with your bare feet, feeling the cooling grass under your feet. And as you are approaching this beautiful tree, you're noticing there's so many amazing, beautiful things about it. The branches and how twisted they are, the beautiful leaves and its colors. And most importantly, as you are coming even closer and closer, step by step, you notice that this tree has a door on the trunk. So you become very curious. And your body at this point feels more relaxed, knowing that something relaxing is going to happen. And so you're opening this door very slowly and you're entering inside. And as you enter inside of this trunk, you find yourself in this room. And of course, it's made of wood, it's inside of the trunk. And there is only slight little light from some candles on the sides. And you also notice there is 2 doors inside of this room. 2 small doors just for you to go through. One door is blue and one door is green. And so choose one door and go inside. It doesn't matter which door you choose. And as you go in, you go through a little tunnel. It's a tunnel that is nice and cool, big enough for you to fit in without slouching yourself. Step by step, you have this really trusting energy around it. And just notice that this decision, whether you take the blue or the green door, simply happened to you. You didn't have to think about it much. It simply came to you. And in the same way, if there is anything in your life that you are trying to decide what to do and what you shouldn't do, and think about all of these consequences, just notice that it really doesn't matter what you do. Your mind is always showing you what will be best for you. But is that really true? Can you really know before that happens? Perhaps think of a situation where you thought something really bad will happen, and in the long term it basically became really good. And from the place where you're at right now to decide about your future, you simply don't have enough information. There are so many unexpected things that will happen, that will come into play, that your mind cannot see, that you cannot predict. And in this way, just notice that it really doesn't matter what you do, because there is no way of knowing what will be best for you, what will be best for others in the long term. And in that way, just notice your body relaxing and feeling that relief, that you can simply do whatever it is that you do. Perhaps don't have to overthink about the choices, feeling, worrying about what might happen, what could happen, or what should happen. Simply feeling relaxed and trusting. Trusting that you are on your path, whatever that is. And as you're walking even deeper, suddenly you are in front of another 2 doors, and one door has a sign the top of it, and the other door has another sign with one word on it. Just look at it and read it. And when you notice what these are, simply choose one more door and go in. Very good. And so now when you are inside, suddenly this beautiful room just opens up in front of you. This beautiful, mysterious room with wooden walls. And when you look at the top, you see that there is some, trunk-like branches, like ceiling, just what it would look like if you were inside of a tree, a magic tree, of course, with tunnels and doors and rooms. And when you look around you on the walls, you notice there is some paintings. And again, they are gently lit with some candles all around the room. And you see all these paintings, and you realize that on each picture there is portrayed something from your life. There is portrayed something that you actually always wanted to have, or always wanted to have in your life, and now you do have it. Perhaps you wished you had it all your life, and only now you're noticing that actually it's already yours, or you already have it. Maybe your own house, or room, or a new friend, or anything that you can imagine. Just look around and start noticing these gifts that perhaps you've been taking for granted. And notice, maybe you have a new boyfriend or girlfriend, anything that happened in your life, perhaps in the past year, all portrayed on these beautiful paintings around you, with all these colors and all its beauty, maybe some abstraction, some metaphors. And keep looking and keep finding these little things that before you didn't have them, and now it's yours. It's right there, all around. It's maybe something that is with you right now, or something that's simply available in your life right now. Just gently bathe in the feeling of the beauty that you perhaps didn't even notice before. And when you are done, noticing there is a chair in the room as well. And as you are getting a bit tired, you simply sit on this chair. And as you are sitting on this chair, notice the slightest little sound that's coming from the distance. It's ever so slight, you have to listen very hard. You don't know what it is. But as it's coming closer and closer, you notice 2 butterflies. And those sounds were the flapping of the wings. One butterfly is pink, one is yellow, and you imagine yourself just extending a finger and wait. And as you are simply waiting with your finger extended, suddenly one of the butterflies simply lands on your finger. Just notice which color this butterfly has on its wings. And as you're looking at this butterfly from very close, notice that there is perhaps something written on its wings. As you looking closer, zooming in a little bit with your eyesight and your imagination, you can read a message. There is a short message written just for you on these wings. So just read it. Notice it, read it, and let it sink into your being. And when you get it, the butterfly simply flies off, leaving you with this message to take into your heart, whatever it is. And now feeling this feeling of deep relaxation. You feel like the only thing on your mind right now is to take a deeper rest. You feel comforted and safe being with you and your imagination, which you know is so creative, so imaginative, that you get the trust that you can always find any solution to any problem. If you simply look enough and look long enough. And with that, you lie on the floor because you can't stand the temptation of this earthy, beautiful, cool floor that's really just made of earth. It's hard, but it's cooling. And so you put yourself on there and simply relax even deeper. Let your body really feel the contact with the floor and the cooling on your back and the back of your hands and arms and your legs. And as you are looking up, you see that there is some holes in the ceiling, little tiny holes, like little dots. And because there is still a little bit of light outside, the tiny little light comes through these little holes in the ceiling, through the branches of the tree. And it simply looks like stars. It looks like a starry sky that's becoming dimmer and dimmer every moment, bringing you deeper into yourself, into being connected to yourself, which simply means having an honest conversation in what it is that's happening. And so you're simply noticing things like the floor and how relaxed you feel, how good it actually feels not having to do anything, not having to make some decision right now or make some plans. You know it will come to you in the right time. Just creating this spaciousness, this moment. And as you're really feeling this expansion and this spaciousness and trust, this floor, which is made of earth and is hard and cooling, just underneath you now becomes a little softer and a little softer until it's quite soft, until it starts feeling like sand, like a warm, soft, the softest sand you can imagine. It's very soft, almost dust-like, and it's becoming so soft that you're starting sinking through it. But you know at the same time that this is a very safe sand that's holding you. It's the sand of trust. It simply holds your whole body as you are gently and slowly allowing yourself to sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're realizing that you can breathe with no problem, that you actually feel very safe, and you are being pulled like a magnet deeper into the earth. As you're being pulled deeper and deeper, it feels quite extraordinary. It feels this whole sand is here just for you, to hold you, to caress you, to warm your body, to make contact with your whole body. And suddenly it's dark, and it feels like complete trust and surrender. In this moment, there is nothing, absolutely nothing to do. You have no idea what will happen next. You have no idea what I am going to say next. And neither do I. But we both trust. We both trust that this is going to somehow unfold. And so, suddenly, you feel like you have landed on something. And suddenly, there is a little bit more light opening up everywhere. This dim light, again from some candles around you. You have landed on a giant squish. And all this sand suddenly just disappears and dissolves into nothingness. And you noticed that it never existed in the first place. It was you holding you in a beautiful way, in a calming way, holding your whole being. And now you are on this giant squish. And you know it's time to rest, and it's time to sleep. And so you're really feeling your way into finding that right position. Doesn't matter what it is. You're just feeling this, really being held in trust on the giant squish, just for you. Maybe it makes a little squishy sounds. It feels very soft, very comforting, almost inspiring. And feeling relaxed deeper and deeper. perhaps already seeing some images, dreamlike images that are welcoming you to get to the other side, if it was another side. And feeling calm, feeling secure, self-assured, trusting your choices, knowing that they are not really yours. They just come to you in the right time, in the right moment, always. What do you have to do with it? Relaxed, trusting, peaceful, confident, open, allowing, curious, very curious about what is this? What is this? It's life made of love.